Hey ghouls and gals, welcome back to my channel. My name is Taylor and today's video is going to be my November TBR. It is uncomfortably close to the end of the year at this point. It feels weird making a November TBR because number one, I'm a mood reader. Number two, that just means that we only have 2 full months left in 2020, which seems crazy. I feel like ever since March, time has been more of just a weird construct that's been out there. I can't believe it's already November, and I do have a lot of reading goals that I want to get accomplished before the end of the year, which is why I'm making this video, kind of spur of the minute video. So if that's why the lighting's a little wonky, I normally use normal lighting, but I'm using several lamps. So the first part of my TBR that I'm going to talk about, that I will have a full video for, is going to be the Goodreads choice nominees for the horror category. When I'm filming this, it is the first round, so there are 15 picks. I believe they add 5 more books onto there just based on, I believe, user write-in votes, and then they narrow it down again. I'm going to try and read all 20 again this year because horror as a genre just kicked it out of the park this year. I've read a ton of them on the list already, so I feel like it'll be easier for me to read all of the nominees and decide which one I think is the best horror of 2020. So I will be talking about these books in length in that reading vlog, but for my TBR that I do have to get finished, and this is November and December as well, because I don't know if I'll be able to finish all of these books in just 1 month, but for this challenge I have to read The Brightlands by John Fram, The Only Good Indians by Stephen Graham Jones. The only one that I actually own that I haven't already read is The Hollow Places by T. Kingfisher. We have The Loop by Jeremy Robert Johnson, Plain Bad Heroines by Emily M. Danforth. That one I'm really looking forward to. Lakewood by Megan Giddings. The Hollow Ones by Guillermo del Toro and Chuck Hogan, and Tender is the Flesh by Agustina Bazterrica. So if you are keeping track, I have read about half of the nominees that they have so far. So I have already read If It Bleeds by Stephen King, Mallory by Josh Mallerman, Survivor Song by Paul Tremblay, Devolution by Max Brooks, The Southern Book Club's Guide to Slaying Vampires by Grady Hendrix, The Year of the Witching by Alexis Henderson, and Mexican Gothic by Silvia Moreno Garcia. So I'm very excited because a lot of the books on that list were actually some of my most anticipated. Some of the books that I've already read were some of my favorite reads of the year, so I'm excited to see if any of the ones I haven't read yet can top that list or not. So definitely keep an eye out for that vlog. We'll probably be going up early December. Ooh, that feels weird to say. I feel like December is too far away, but it's pretty close. Yikes. The next book that I want to read, which would be a reread, I've been wanting to reread this book for a while, and I feel like November is the perfect month for that, and that is Stephen King's 11/22/63. I picked November to reread this one because it's obviously in the title, November. You may recognize this date as the day that John F. Kennedy was assassinated. This book is about a man who finds a portal back in time, and he decides that the world would be a better place today had John F. Kennedy not been assassinated. So he goes back in time, and I believe the portal spits him out 2 or 3 years before this happens, and he has to figure out who killed Kennedy, how to stop them from killing Kennedy, and try and fix time. So, and I know what you're thinking, Stephen King, I do already have a lot of horror on my TBR for November, but this one definitely is not a horror. It's definitely more of a historical fiction, almost literary thriller. It's very large, so I don't want to call it a thriller, but it's definitely not horror. I feel like it'll be really good to break up the other horror books that I have on my TBR, as well as just rereads are just really nice around the end of the year. I don't know, there's something very cozy about it. The next couple of books that I want to pick up this month are Empire of Storms and Tower of Dawn by Sarah J. Maas. I started the Throne of Glass series in July, and I really want to finish this series before the end of the year, so I feel like I know that the last book, Kingdom of Ash, is an absolute whopper, so I'm saving that for December. I'm going to try and get through these 2 books in November. So we'll see if that happens. I don't know how I feel about it, especially because I have heard that this is the weakest one in the series, and I normally only read 1 book from this series a month, but I'm trying to push through and read 2 so I can get to Kingdom of Ash in December, because that's just, it's a monstrous book. It's going to be one of the only books that I plan on reading for December because it is so large. And then the next book I do not have yet, so I have another book from the series just to hold up, But R.F. Kuang's The Poppy War series, the third book in that trilogy, The Burning God, comes out the 17th of November, I believe, and this trilogy has quickly become one of my favorite book series of all time. Both The Poppy War and The Dragon Republic are some of my favorite books that I have read this year, and I've heard nothing but wonderful things about The Burning God. I am very excited to get to it. Words cannot describe how much I am excited to, well, not excited. I'm very nervous because this series is very, very dark. But I'm very excited to finish the series and just see where all the characters end up. There will definitely be a vlog for The Burning God going up in November, because the instant I get a copy of The Burning God, I am going to be reading it. And this might be like one of the most extra things that I've done for myself all year, but I have not one but 2 copies coming in the mail. So I pre-ordered the American Standard Edition, which is just a most glorious shade of purple. So that one's coming in the mail. And then as well, I also ordered the Illumicrate Deluxe Edition of the Poppy War, the Dragon Republic, and the Burning God box set. I'm so excited for that one. They have like really cool decorated sprayed edges, and I'm so excited for that to come. So whichever one comes first, I'll be picking up. I've been like the biggest hype person for this series. I have bought multiple copies of the Poppy War to give to friends and family as like wedding presents and birthday gifts and everything like that, because I love the series so much that I want everyone to experience it. I got my partner, who is not a big reader, to read this series, and he loves it as well. He not only read the Poppy War, but he's on the Dragon Republic, so he's hoping to read The Burning God with me, so we're gonna have 2 copies. I technically bought the special edition box set for his birthday, with the caveat that I can actually read it and enjoy it as well, because I can't justify spending, it was a pricey set. I can't justify spending that much money on something for myself, but I can justify it on spending it for other people. So technically the US hardcover editions will be my copies, and then the special Illumicrate editions will be his copies, but I'll be showing those off as soon as I get them because they're nothing short of breathtaking. I think they're going to be even more beautiful in person. But The Burning God is going to be the last book that I have on my TBR for this month, just because not only is I do think it is going to be a bit on the heftier page count side. Fantasies tend to normally be pretty big, but I have a feeling that I'm going to have a bit of a book hangover after this series is done. So that is going to be the last book that I have on my November TBR. So that is going to be the end of this video. If you liked it, please be sure to give it a thumbs up, leave a comment down below. Let me know what all is on your November TBR. Are you also planning to get your heart ripped out of its chest by reading The Burning God? Let me know. And don't forget to subscribe for more content from me. Stay safe, stay spooky, and I will catch y'all in my next video. Bye!